What is going on, everybody? This is Mr. Uzi here, and today's video is all about Windows 10. Last video was about the preview and when it was going to be released and the announcement of it and why it was Windows 10 instead of Windows 9. And this video is all about Windows 10 and the features that it has. This will probably be the maybe the last video that I do on this, considering that there's not a whole lot different from Windows 10 than Windows 8. I'll get into that in a little bit more detail later on. But to start off, we are going to take a look at some of the features and new stuff that has been added to Windows 10 and how it differs from Windows 8 and even Windows 7 in some cases, and maybe how all of those operating systems are similar. So to begin, we have Task View down in the bottom left. It's kind of what you would see if you had press Alt-Tab, just kind of in a blown up format of that. So basically it has the windows with the name of the app or program up at the top, and then it has a screenshot of what you are currently doing in that app or program. Kind of reminds me of the multitasking in the iOS operating system for iPhones, iPads, and stuff like that. Next up, we have desktops, which I'm not really sure if this feature is working 100% right now, but you're supposed to be able to have different apps and programs and files on different desktops and be able to kind of switch between them seamlessly so that you can differentiate between work, gaming, and maybe media. So you can have all of those have different desktops so you can switch back and forth between them. And then here we have the search tool, which is now located on the bottom left of the taskbar, and it used to be on the right side of Windows 8 where you have to swipe in from there, but now it's in the bottom left where you can now type in whatever and it'll search Bing, your computer, and Windows Store to search for apps or programs or whatever you want to search for. And now that is conveniently located in the bottom left instead of now on the side. I feel like it's you have easier access to that now than you would have had it in Windows 8. Now, for probably the biggest, most important change in Windows 10 compared to Windows 8 is the return of the Start menu. So basically what Windows or Microsoft has done is they put the modern UI or the old Windows 8 Start menu and combined it with the Windows 7 Start menu. So on the right side, you have the modern UI with the live tiles that you can customize. You can drag those around. You can choose different live tiles if you want to. And then on the left side, you have your programs that you are able to, I guess, essentially do the same thing as what you've been able to do in Windows 7 and previous versions of Windows. Now, it's a lot less intrusive, and this is what you would see if you're using a desktop or a laptop. And I feel that that's a lot better because modern UI didn't necessarily go with the mouse and keyboard like it did with a touchscreen or maybe even a stylus for other devices. Now, moving on to something else, we have the home section of your Windows Explorer. So now it has different icons for home group, network, this PC, desktop, recent folders, all of that good stuff. And it has a place for all of your frequent folders and files that you recently accessed or you most frequently access to give you, I guess, easier access to them since you're always going to them. So now you can scroll down. I believe at the bottom they have the programs or files that you can access. Another thing with that is that the window, the borders around the window are a lot smaller now, and it kind of gives the windows a more flatter appearance than they did in Windows 8 and Windows 7. So that's another design cue there. Something else that they've done is the Windows apps can now be resized. You have the calculator. It can now be resized. So if you wanted to open up something in Google Chrome or in another application that you needed to crunch some numbers in and you needed a quick calculator, maybe you didn't have one, on your phone, or you didn't have a calculator sitting by you and you wanted to use the Microsoft calculator, you could. Now you can resize that calculator and move it around. It doesn't take up the full screen as it used to in Windows 8. And also this goes for the rest of the Windows applications. They can all be resized and used, and you can switch to something like the scientific calculator mode and stuff like that very easily, and then hop right back into the work that you were doing previously. Now with Windows 10, there's not a whole lot different from Windows 8. A lot of the stuff in Windows 10 has actually shown up in previous versions of Windows. The multiple desktops feature actually was a previous addition to, I believe it was Windows Vista or 7. I'm not completely sure about which one it was that introduced it first, but it was there. It was removed because not many people found it useful and not many people knew where to find it anyway. So Microsoft removed it and now they're bringing it back into Windows 10. As far as upgrades go, if this operating system isn't a free upgrade for Windows 8 users or Windows 8.1 users, I'm going to steer clear of it because one, it'll probably be super overpriced considering what you're actually getting, and two, it's not that much different from the actual operating system that it's replacing. So anyway, that's been my video on Windows 10. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you didn't, hit that dislike button, but let me know why in the comments below. If you've downloaded the Windows 10 technical preview already and you're using it, let me know in the comments below what you think about it. What would you like to change? What would you like to add? Were there any features that I missed that you thought were interesting? Leave a lot down in the comments below. This has been Mr. Uzi, and I'll see you guys in the next video.